Hello everyone and welcome to our class on Consumer Reports Magazine online. My name is Sam. I'm the Technology Librarian here at the Franklin Library, and I'm going to be teaching the class today on how to access our Consumer Reports Magazine online from home or anywhere. I will give just a second for people to join the live stream. Today we're going to cover what the Consumer Reports Magazine online is, how to access it, how to browse articles, and how to search for specific topics. So we got a lot to get through, but it's all pretty easy to do. And we're going to start off by going to our website, franklinpubliclibrary.org. That'll bring you to our main page. It should look familiar and have the picture of our library right on the front page. From there, we're going to go to Resources, right here in the middle, and then down to Databases, the second choice under Resources. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then if we scroll down the page, you'll start seeing all of our different databases that we have for access here at the Franklin Library. And they are alphabetically listed. So you'll go down to C for Consumer Reports. You can go ahead and click right where it says Consumer Reports. And that will take you to where you can access the actual magazine articles. So on this page, I just want to cover a couple different things. Up here on the left, you'll see a little logo for EBSCOhost and Database Master File Complete Publications. And on the right side, you'll see BadgerLink. So BadgerLink and EBSCO are the two services that provide this publication. BadgerLink is a collection of databases that are available to Wisconsin libraries, and EBSCOhost is the company that provides the databases. So it may look a little bit familiar. It is not on consumerreports.com, so again, the best place to access it is through our website, under Resources, then Databases, and then click where it says Consumer Reports. So on this page, there are a couple different areas that will lead you to different parts and ways to access the magazine. So on the left-hand side, you can see all the information about Consumer Reports, the publisher information, and the records. So we have records available from January of 1985 to present. And then we have what are called full-text records from 1991 to present. So you'll want to be looking out for the full-text articles. That'll give you the best access. On the right-hand side here, you'll see where it says All Issues and Articles. And on the left-hand side is Search within this publication. So I'll be going over both of those. But let's start with the All Issues and Articles. So this side is going to be the best spot if you want to browse a specific issue or the most recent ones. So you'll see they have the years listed, 2021, 2020, and so on all the way down. And let's go to 2021. So that opens the current issues that are available. So the most recent one being on top is June of 2021, and then May, April, and so on. If we go down to 2020, you'll see it's listed December, November, October, and so on until January. And that's how they will be listed. So the most recent issue for that year will be on the top of the list. So for 2021, we have June is the most recent issue. So you can go ahead and click right where it says Volume 86, Issue 6, June 2021. And that will bring you to the search results for that specific issue. So now this is a kind of unique database because it's not the full magazine all in one access point. They sort it by articles. You can see the list of articles is by the title of the article, and you can go down and read the specific articles that they have. So here's Pushing for Safer Furniture, Guarding Your Legal Rights, and so on. A popular section is what we're testing in our labs, so I'll go into a little bit more detail in that. The record here for this article, we went over the title. The next line is Consumer Reports and gives you the issue, June 2021, the pages, the number of pages for this particular article, and then the subjects contained. The last thing down here are two different options, and you can click right on there, or you can open up and by clicking on what we're testing in our labs. So I'll go ahead and do that. And this will give you more information about what is contained in the article. And if you scroll down further on the page, it will give you what's called the plain text or the HTML plain text option. That was also one of the options on the previous page. So let's go back. So HTML full text. I'll open that in a new window. And this is exactly what it is. It's just plain text. So it's just the text of the article and nothing else. No pictures, no images, just the words. And kind of a goofy formatting. The better option is the PDF full text. This is essentially just a picture of the article from the magazine, so it includes all the images and how it looks exactly in the magazine. So I'll open that in a new window. And here it is. So this should be exactly what's in the magazine. It's just a scan of the article. So what we're testing in our labs, they have Android smartphones, exterior paints, some tips on painting your door, and a couple other products below. And then the last page is always just a copyright notice. And they do say users can print, download, and email articles for individual use. So if you have a printer at home or if you're at the library, you can select the print icon. If you want to download it, you can select the download arrow. And then on the right side here, they have other options as well, including emailing, which is this option here, or saving it into your Google Drive right here. So you can easily share, print, or download these articles if you want. Okay, so this is how you can access specific issues. So I'm looking at all the articles in the June 2021 issue, but something that a lot of people at the library do is they're searching for one specific topic instead of just browsing the magazine. If you do want to browse, I would recommend using the right-hand side, selecting the year and the issue. But if you're looking for some specific product, I would choose Search Within This Publication. This will bring up a search box, and the trick here is to highlight where it says JN and type in your search term. So with summer coming around the corner, I'm going to search for air conditioners. And then put a space and hit return or click where it says search. So here now we have all the articles that contain the words air conditioner. And you can see they bolded where it says air conditioner. And there are a lot of results. In fact, there are 121 results, and this is the first 10. So I had shown you before, when we were just browsing, that the first line here shows you what volume and issue it's from. So this one is actually from June of 1993, volume 58, issue 6. So we can look at that if we want, but it's probably not going to be useful in 2021. But if you are an air conditioning history buff, you can go ahead and look at these old air conditioners. But I probably wouldn't recommend buying one of these. So let's go and sort these and get just the results that we really want. So on the left-hand side, you can see there are limiters and the ability to refine results. So currently they're showing us articles from 1987 all the way to 2019, which is the most recent year that they ran an article on air conditioners. You can either use the slider bars here, or what I find to be easier is to change the from date, and let's do 2018 to 2019. There we go. And then you can just hit the enter key and it will update. And now we can see that our results went down. There are now only 4 results, and these are the most recent articles that include air conditioners. So that won't always be specifically articles on air conditioners, but here's one, how to lower utility bills when the temperature rises. Here's one on summer fun, and one on how to beat the heat. That one sounds promising. And we can see it's from June of 2019, so 2 years ago, maybe a little bit out of date, but not as bad as 1993. So let's check the PDF full text on this one. And we can see here are their 2019 recommendations on some air conditioners. They give a product update. They talk about window units, portable air conditioners, and a couple other topics as well. And then they include their iconic buying guide infographics. If you are a fan of Consumer Reports, this should look very familiar to you. And you can search through these as well. And there's that copyright page. Something that I've noticed while working my way through here is that if we get all the way back here, the issues and articles section over here doesn't include the buyer's guide, but if you search for something that is included in the buyer's guide, it does show up. So let's search lawnmower and Consumer Reports, and we'll go ahead and hit enter. And this very first one, Consumer Reports Buying Guide 2021, and we can look at the PDF full text. And here are the scans from the buyer's guide, which is something we do have at the library, and it's very popular. I'm not sure why you can't just browse through all the articles in that other section, but you can search for products, and if they're available in the buyer's guide, you can see the scans from the buyer's guide as well. All right, well, that is all I have for you on our Consumer Reports magazine. It is pretty easy to use once you get started using it. And again, the best place to go to access it is to go to our website, franklinpubliclibrary.org. Go to where it says resources and click on databases. And there you'll find Consumer Reports. And now we're back to that main page that I showed you. And just give it a second. There we go. And there are all the issues and articles on the right side. And on the left side, there's that search function. So I hope you learned something new and can get some use out of our access to Consumer Reports magazine online. If you have any questions, feel free to stop in at the library, and I'll catch you next time.